We're still days away from game week, but you know that 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh, the entire Niners defense, knee-deep in getting ready for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs passing offense. Perfect example of who they are and what they would like to do. Came last week, AFC title game. This is second quarter with Tennessee leading by 10.
Yeah, Tennessee up by 10, and Kansas City went to one of their bread and butter plays. This is what they do. They stress you out because Andy Reid's aggressive with pushing guys down the field. And, of course, you know, Mahomes is amazing and on fire right now. Now, the thing I really like about this play a little bit is, first off, where you see McCole Hardman here, right here, okay? I'll circle him for right now. McCole Hardman on the inside as of this moment. Usually the Chiefs, Paul, put Tyreek Hill on the inside. More times than not, this is what they do. And then he runs across like this, and whether it's man or zone, a lot of the times, because he crosses this way, he ends up being double covered because the safety starts to cheat over there as well with the guy who's covering him. So whether it's 3-deep zone or man-to-man, it's almost a way that they cover Tyreek Hill without really having to call a double on him. Now, the thing I loved about this is they made him switch. McCole Hardman motioned from out there to in here, and you could see he's kind of still shuffling it on the move there. And then as Mahomes gets the ball, now it's McCole Hardman up through the gap here, okay? And his guy's going to follow him. The safety's going to go, oh, no, there's a lot of green grass over here, and my guy's trailing him a little bit. I need to move over here just for a body presence so Mahomes doesn't throw some laser in, right?
Yep.
Sounds good. Oh, that's right. They have another guy on their team with like 2 rockets up his butt, like McCole Hardman. And this is where it gets scary playing man-to-man, because now they play man-to-man, all right, and you got bump and run right here. And if Tyreek Hill gets a good release, he's going to go right up the seam. And this is basically the scheme they're running here. They're going right like this. This is their bread and butter. And he's going to come across underneath. We've showed this play. You and I have talked about this a million times, right? All right, so now let's go to the next picture, Pete. You go to the next picture. Here we go. Things are looking pretty good for the Titans defense right now, right?
I think they're beat already because they have 2 guys treating him like he's Hill. And right now, you know he's winning.
Well, you're right. I mean, you know, as a quarterback, you're going, well, this is Tyreek Hill. And really the rule for guys like Tyreek Hill are if you're even,
you're leaving.
You're leaving, right? So he knows, yes, oh, no, you know, like this guy right here has gone to another level in read and recognition lately. He knows the coverage. I think he knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball here, to your point.
Right now he knows.
Right now. So the only thing he's going to do is just continue to look at McCole Hardman, just to continue to bring these guys over here because, yes, to your point, he knows that at some point this guy is going to clear him. And as you can see, this corner down here, all right, he's playing man-to-man on here, so he's got to worry about whether he runs an out route, a comeback, a go route, whatever it may be. Now, let's go to the next picture. It's man-to-man coverage. Oh, yep, you were right, because now they're in Scroodesville. They're screwed. You already see there's a little separation here, and if there's that much separation, it can be as much as they want when he decides to put his head down and fly. This guy's got his back to the ball, okay? And, yeah, here's 2 guys worried about McCole Hardman running across the field because that's where they're really susceptible in man-to-man or 3-deep zone. So guys are very aware of that, especially the free safety.
Right.
Now, the other element of this is, I mean, right here again. Look at this pocket. This group up front, I'm telling you.
It's been a theme the last couple of weeks. Really longer, but it stood out in the playoffs.
It stood out in the playoffs. And that's what I can't wait about the Super Bowl because, of course, we're seeing the front four of the 49ers, who we know is as good as it gets. But now Mahomes has got you right where he wants. You could see he's geared up to throw the football. He's already looked these guys off. Now, this safety, which I believe is Kevin Byard, and he's just way too far away for a guy with the arm strength of Mahomes. I mean, him to throw a 30-yard laser into the end zone is like you and me throwing it 5 yards. It's just nothing to him. It's oh, hey, cup of tea, bam, I'm going to throw this in there. And as you go to the next screenshot, Pete, let's show it. You can see it's over. You know, there's the safety. He's still over here because he's still worried about it. And Mahomes throws a laser, and Tyreek Hill is in the process of catching the football, and that's all you can do. And that's why it's scary to play man-to-man against them.
Right.
And this is one of their bread-and-butter plays. It doesn't matter. This is one of their plays where they just go, oh, you know we're going to run this? We don't care. We're talented. We know how to execute it. And I got a quarterback who, if it's not there, can make something happen anyways.
Right.
Now, the next phase of this. Go ahead.
I wanted to back up one picture. I know we have
back.
other ones to
no,
show,
let's
but
do it.
Pete, if you can back it up one, and I'm thinking about the teaching moment that comes to learn from this if the Niners are watching it.
Yeah.
Are they coaching up? And even go back one more, Pete. Take it back one more even further. And I'm thinking about who made the bigger mistake.
Yeah.
Are you pointing to this guy here? Or is it this one here who could have prevented what happened?
Yeah, I think it's going to be more of this guy, the safety here, who's going to be the one that prevents it from happening.
Right.
He's got to be, he's got to have faith when you're playing man-to-man coverage that this guy's going to get over here to make a play on this ball. And as a safety, you want him over here somewhere just for body presence to make this throw scary to where Patrick Mahomes is getting ready to throw and goes, ooh, that safety's there. I don't like that. Now I got to do something else. And with him all the way over there, he knew he had it all along to what you said before, and he just knows if I throw a good ball on time and on target, it's going to be a walk-in touchdown, and it was that. Now, the thing is that's different here now, all right, before we move on to the next little example I want to show, the 49ers, they don't play a ton of man-to-man. I don't think, especially when they get in these sets, I don't think they're going to play this man-to-man a whole lot. They like to play that Seattle cover 3, right? The interesting element, and let's go to our next set of plays, Pete. The interesting element with this whole conversation is, okay, San Francisco's defense, they played the Seattle scheme. The Chiefs, they have a little experience against this defensive scheme. One, they played the 49ers and the Seahawks last year. Two,
does that still count?
Well, at least it does for ideas and inventories of plays to attack a scheme. They've played the Jaguars each of the last 2 years. They run the scheme. And then they play the Chargers, who also run this exact scheme. So they've played them 4 times in the last 2 years. So Patrick Mahomes has seen this defense. He knows what to expect, and they have a group of plays. Now let's get to it. Here we go. New Orleans Saints. Same formation, playing the 49ers defense. 49ers are playing their cover 3 press bail. This is all zone. Look, here's Sherman, right? He's going to be responsible for this third. He's responsible for this third. He's responsible for that third. All right? And then it's going to be here and here and here, and this guy's going to be looking for some sort of crosser. Okay?
And this is also especially relevant because this was late in the season. This was December, too.
Late in the season. And what we're going to get before we go to the next screenshot here is the same exact scheme we just saw Kansas City run. And this goes for a touchdown. And it's the same exact thing. And they do this time. They went receiver here. Jared Cook comes off his butt and goes up. And now Taysom Hill on the outside is running the verticals. All right, so there you go. There's what we can expect to see. Let's go to the next picture.
And based off of what you said, as we go to the next picture, I'm watching him.
100%.
I'm watching that free safety.
First off, you want to go like, hello, Jimmy Ward. What are you doing over here? You have a guy that is going right into one of your zone coverage players. So don't leave your zone to go protect somebody else's zone who doesn't even need it.
But this is the leading receiver in the NFL.
Yes.
That was Michael Thomas, I believe.
Oh, yep, I believe it is Michael Thomas. I think you're right, too. I'm pretty sure you're right. You're right. So I understand that. But it comes into, again, defensive discipline. Mm-hmm. What's he going to say when it's like, oh, it's Kelsey and Tyreek Hill? He's going to be like, well, that's the leading tight end. You just got to be disciplined to do your job, as Bill Belichick would say. And yes, they're compromised right here. They're in deep trouble. Now, what's different about the 49ers than the play we just saw with the Titans? Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's cover 3. It's not man-to-man. You can see they're letting him run through an area because he's going to pick him up when he comes into his area. Now, he's going to work out here. This is not going to be man-to-man like we just saw with Tyreek Hill up the seam. Now, what's different, it comes to the corner here. You see the corner. He's bailing out. He's running away from the ball with eyes on the quarterback. And his job, all right, is really to watch both of these guys. Ahkello Witherspoon, this will probably be Mosley, 41 now because they benched Ahkello Witherspoon. His job in this 3-deep zone is actually to cover this seam route, if you can believe that, Paul.
Wow.
All right, that's it. They put it on him. And What's different here, too, is...
It's his job to cover the seam?
It's his job to cover the seam.
Who's dealing with him?
Well, he's going to drop over here underneath. It's going to cover 3, but they're going to ask, as this guy goes vertical and this guy continues to go vertical, they're going to say, Akilo, we want you to play in the middle of the 2, and yeah, you are 2-on-1. You're right. So it's a very tough ask to do here, but they're good at this. They know teams attack this defense a lot of ways, and this is certainly one of the ways. What's dangerous is a guy like Mahomes, he can look you to the seam and then throw a laser outside. And then you go, oh, man, I mean, I'm 2-on-1. I was in the right spot, but no one can stop that throw. Right. Or he can look outside, and Akilo Witherspoon stays outside, and then all of a sudden he throws a laser into the seam route. But he doesn't have to worry about stealing. Okay, last thing I say before we go to the next picture, if the safety stays over here, he doesn't need to be overly aggressive with this guy.
Right.
But the key is to him. He can't be too hungry to steal Tyreek Hill down the middle or Sammy Watkins or whatever it may be. So now let's go to the next picture. Next picture, here you go. To your point, there's your Michael Thomas, right?
Yeah.
And there's 2 guys that are worried about Michael Thomas. And you already mentioned it. You're looking at Jimmy Ward, you're going, why, right? I mean, you don't need to be over there. He's running right into coverage. Stay over here, and the quarterback's not going to have the guts to throw the ball here. It's going to be a bam-bam play, and it's going to be an interception, or the ball's going to pop in the air, and you don't know what is going to happen. And, of course, that's what does happen. Go ahead as you continue to the next picture, Pete. You see? And now, look, here's Akilo Witherspoon, right? How I told you, he's in a 2-on-1 position. He kind of stayed inside of Taysom Hill while also watching him as he goes there. But it's hard when this guy stays on the vertical because he doesn't want to totally abandon him.
Right.
Breeze makes a pretty good throw. As you can see, it was a phenomenal catch. And Jared Cook ended up getting concussed.
Yeah,
concussed on
Still
this play.
Caught it. Yeah.
Still caught it.
Yeah.
But this was his last play of the game, and that ends up being a touchdown. But it shows an example of this is a scheme that Kansas City does, that we already have evidence that stresses the scheme of what the 49ers do on the defensive side of the ball. And Kansas City's going to run that play this week. That's what they run it every week, 3 or 4 times. It's guaranteed. So the 49ers got to be prepared for that.
Copycat league, I would imagine Aaron Rodgers, Matt LaFleur, and the Packers saw this and said, maybe we can get away with it too. Fast forward to this past weekend.
Yeah.
20-0 Niners. So it's still in the first half.
Right.
Second half would have felt a lot different if they could have made a play like this work.
Definitely. And I think the big thing is Rodgers got a little desperate and panicked, down 20-0.
Right.
He thinks he's got to force some play to happen, all right? But, yeah, as we get into this, again, just to reiterate it one more time, we're going to see the same exact play, except on this one, the Packers have this guy do this and run a comeback route, all right? That's the only thing that's different about what the Packers do as compared to what we saw the Chiefs and the Saints do. And to me, this is one of the problems with the play, okay? One, if he's staying vertical, I don't know if Mosley can come off and intercept the pass, all right? But there's a lot to it here. So let's go. Let's go to the next picture because it's going to end up being the exact same coverage we just saw with the Saints and the 49ers kind of busting it. First off, what's the first thing that jumps out to you?
He's deeper.
He's deeper, and he's not over here, right?
Right.
He's not worried about this guy yet. And the other thing they did, too, is Fred Warner did a good job of keeping Davante Adams on the outside to where he couldn't just fly up the field underneath them and stress them out so quick that they're like, whoa, he's getting over there quick.
Right.
Now the linebacker has pushed him outside and made him come around more, and it takes more time, and then therefore doesn't make things as stressful for the safeties on the back end.
Such an underrated part when these guys can help them make their jobs easy or easier. Because as you pointed out in the last play, he's in a really tough spot. So a little bit of an assist, making him hesitate a little bit goes a long way.
A long way. It's going to be huge when you got guys like Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins, too. Because if Mahomes says set hut and you don't have the underneath guys to get hands on them as they come off the line of scrimmage, they're going to get up on those safeties so fast that I don't care how good your safeties are. You're in Tyreek Hill and you're looking at the quarterback, and now you look back and you go, whoa, Tyreek Hill's like 4 feet from me, and you try to turn and run, see ya. He's gone. That's over. The play's over. So now, as you see here, look again, like we talked about. Look at Mosley's eyes. They're inside, right? And he is looking at this second seam route here. I mean, that's all he's worried about. And he is thinking like, okay, I'm going to midpoint this guy and this guy because he doesn't see that he's going to run the comeback yet. You could see he's underneath for the comeback or an out route. So he's really not worried about it. He's worried about stealing this right here. And, you know, with Jimmy Ward being right here too, Rodgers is seeing, I can't throw this all the way down the field because this guy's going to make a break on it and it could be a disaster. Rodgers is really thinking, look, right now he's free and nobody's covered him. Let me throw a ball to him really quick. The problem is I don't think Geronimo Allison expected the ball as quickly as Aaron Rodgers was doing.
Right.
And that's on Rodgers. He has to communicate that or not make this type of throw. And then as we go to the next picture, let's see it one more time. You could see they're in perfect position.
Yep.
Perfect position, right?
Yeah.
There's the weak side safety, right? Here's the cover 3 corner, even because he had nothing to worry about over here. Now he's even looking it up. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Ward's in a good spot to not be attacked too far downfield. And you could see Mosley has undercut the seam route.
Right.
He saw it coming, and Rodgers threw it behind. It wasn't a good play by Rodgers. Now, what the difference is going to be this week is these 3 receivers are not as talented as the 3 receivers they're going to play in the Super Bowl.
Right.
So there's going to be more issues with that. And then the other thing is, you know, okay, yeah, this is great job by Mosley. Phenomenal. But what is he going to do if this is Sammy Watkins going down here and this is Tyreek Hill right here?
Yeah.
You know, okay, yeah, you want to midpoint them.
What is he going to do?
That's great,
yeah.
right? That's great, but it's going to be dicey. I mean, don't be shocked if Mahomes sees that and throws a 60-yard bomb down the sidelines. You just go, let's see how you play it.
This play compared to the one that we showed in New Orleans that works for Drew Brees and for Cook is different because he is deep, and that allows him, this is just me listening to you, that allows him to be a factor with this. If he was over here sniffing around over there, then he's stuck.
He's stuck.
Then this corner is stuck.
Rodgers is going to just go, okay, he's over here like this. I'll look him off just a little more to make sure he stays over.
Right.
And then he's going to throw him a ball down here to where he's going to be playing chase behind it, and he's not going to be able to stop it. You're exactly right. His body presence is everything on that play. Mm-hmm. That's what made Rodgers try to throw a ball that where, you know, the guy's running upfield, and he wanted to throw a ball where the guy had to, like, stop and catch it like that in the hole. But I don't think Allison knew that. Mosley did a great job. And the last point is this, again, and this is what's scary about this matchup. I mean, I love Aaron Rodgers. You know that, right? I mean, man crush, my favorite player ever. He ain't Patrick Mahomes right now.
Right.
Mahomes has gone to another.
In terms of running, you're talking about.
In terms of running, Mahomes is the best quarterback in football. It's official. There's nothing you can do. Mahomes is now Aaron Rodgers of 2011 and 2012. And this is the thing that's got to be scary for the 49ers too, because, hey, there's a little bit of a gap right here. Mahomes, what if he attacks the line of scrimmage, starts to run? What if he kind of goes this way and then arches out here? And all of a sudden now everything becomes compromised to where guys are watching Mahomes, and all of a sudden he runs to him and he runs to him, and then that leaves gaping holes in the zone in general, let alone all of this room you see right here for him to scramble and make something happen. And that's the other element of this with Patrick Mahomes. And we're going to hit on this in a few minutes about his scrambling ability and the pressures it puts on a defense as well.
And that's an entirely separate video on YouTube coming up here.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.